and then this one.
But once I do that, the sound's on.
Yep. Oh, we go. All right, we should probably pause until she's off the phone.
It's still live. Okay, I'm just gonna.
I could be home in about.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Hello, what's going on? Welcome. We are on the last unit of the school year. We are on probability, and we're getting ready to give you a little bit of a quick tutoring session on what we've been working on in class. These slides look familiar. Today was Dress Like Your Friends Day, so I dressed like my friends. We all wore football jerseys. If you don't know New York Giants, that's the team. That's the #1 team. Not this year. We're coming back for you, though, next year. But we can get started right now. It's going to be a quick crash course on probability. Definitely take your time, go through this. If you need to pause it along the way, once the live stream is over, go back, pause it, check it out. There's one main point I need to stress to you. It's the difference between replacement and not replacement. We're going to talk about that on the smart board. So let's just get started. I appreciate it. All right, so when you're doing probability, you always want to write it like a fraction. And it's always the desired outcomes. Oh, pardon me. Let's start from the beginning. You want to write probability like a fraction. And it's the total outcomes.
Can you come back to the main office, please?
By the desired outcomes. For instance, if I was flipping a coin, and I wanted to get heads on a coin. How many total outcomes are there when you flip a coin? There are 2. There's heads and there's tails. Well, what if I said, what's the probability of flipping a coin and getting a heads? There's 1 head on a coin over 2 total faces on a coin. So it would be 1/2, and if you wanted to convert that to a decimal, that is 0.5. We're going to look at one more real quick, simple one. We're going to look at a quick dice or a number cube. If I said, what's the probability that you would flip a 4 on a number cube? There are 6 total spaces on a number cube, and only one of them is the number 4. A big misconception is people go, well, there's 6 spaces on a number cube, and I want the number 4. That is wrong. It would be 1/6. So if I said, what's the probability of 2 events happening? Let's say flipping a coin and getting heads. We said that would be 1/2. And rolling a number cube and getting a 4, that would be 1/6. You would multiply your fractions. That means you multiply your numerators. 1 times 1 is 1. And you multiply your denominators. 2 times 6 is 12. The probability would be 1/12. And if you put that in your calculator, 1 divided by 12 as a decimal is 0.083. Simple probability, folks, something you guys have done in 6th grade, something we've covered this year. We're just going to step it up one more level. So let's just take a look. We looked at this slide today all day. We'll say this is a bag. This is a bag full of treats. And you need to know what's the probability of picking a heart and a star. The key words here are without replacement. That means when I take one out of the bag, I am not replacing it. So, take a look. What's the probability that I would pick a heart? Well, the probability is there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. there are 11 total outcomes. How many of them are the heart? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the probability of picking a heart would be 6 out of 11. Multiply that by the probability of picking a star. Remember, we said we're not replacing it, so the first pull is going to be a heart. Well, how many treats are left in the bag now? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember, the 11th is already out, so there's 10 options. How many of them are star? 1, 2, 3. 3 tenths. You could either multiply this through 18 over 110, or you could simplify as you go. There's not much simplifying I can do up front. You can divide each one of these by 2, and you can get 9 over 55. So the probability of a heart and then a star is 9 over 55. Okay? One thing I do want to show you quickly. Say you ended up getting 18 over 110, and you're just not very comfortable with simplifying. I'm sorry about your luck. I wish I could help you more. But you had answer choices. And we'll say, we already know 9 out of 55 is the right answer. Let's say I said 9 out of 50, 7 out of 55, and 19 out of 55. So this is the problem. A lot of people are going to get to this point. They come up to me, they're very mopey. Mr. Santos, I got 18 out of 110. My answer's not up there. Here's the shortcut. This is a great test-taking strategy. In your calculator, divide 18 by 110. You get 0.163. What you need to do now is figure out the decimal for each one of these. 9 divided by 50, 0.18. 7 divided by 55, 0.127. 9 divided by 55, 0.163. 19 divided by 55, 0.345. Now it's very easy to see this decimal matches up with C. So if you didn't know how to simplify and you got stuck, find the decimal for each. When they match up, you know that C is the correct answer. Let's take a look at another one. And you know what? I'm just going to put over here 9 out of 55 so we can remember that. Probability of heart and heart. Folks, we are resetting, so we got to put your heart back in the bag, starting over. What is the probability of picking a heart? Again, there are 11 total trinkets in the bag. 6 of them are hearts. Remember, you have taken out the heart. So when you multiply it by the next fraction, it would be there are 5 hearts. Because remember, you've taken them out. 1, 2, 5 hearts out of 10 total. Now, hopefully, you're smart enough to know that this is now 6/11 times 1/2. 6 over 22. Another trick, if you see that your numerator and denominator are both even numbers, you can divide them by 2. Just give yourself a shot. 3/11. So the probability, this doesn't simplify any further, of drawing 2 hearts without replacement is 3/11. And I know I'm running through this kind of quickly. I know there are some people watching live. If you are, what's up? Thank you for watching. If you're not, though, a good thing to do would be to stop, pause, take a look, and see how things are shaking out. See if you have any questions or slow down, maybe rewatch a part. Anyone, just a couple of shout. Adam, you're watching? Hello, good to see you. Keithan, just wrote shift, all right. I don't know if that is slang. I need to be brought up to speed. Knowledge, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Adam, again, see you in class on Friday. Hope everything goes well for you tomorrow. All right. So now I'm going to take a look, and we said that was 3/11. I'm going to put that to the side. The last one, I want y'all to try. Now, I'm going to go ahead. You all can pause and try, but I want you to see if you can get the probability of a star without replacement and then a circle. Again, star, we start by resetting. There are 11 items in the bag. 3 of them are star. I have taken out 1. There's star. That's gone. There are now 10 items in the bag. 2 of them are circles, so that's 2 tenths. So you could 6 over 1/10. Or you could simplify this 2 tenths. This is 3 elevenths times 1/5. And that ends up being 3 55ths. Remember, if you get stuck and you did 6 divided by 11 in your calculator, 6 divided by 1/10 in your calculator, 0.054. What's 3 divided by 55? You'll see it's the exact same. I'm just going to put
Ms. Edwards, when you get a chance, call Stafford at 26523. Ms. Edwards, call Stafford at 26523. Thank you.
So what I want to do right now is I want to stop and I want to show you something. This is where it gets a little tricky. This is where you really need to pay attention. What if this question said with replacement? So we're going to start here. I'm just going to with replacement. What would be the probability of picking a heart and a star? Well, it starts out the same way. There are 11 trinkets in here and 6 of them are hearts. So I would see if I picked a heart. But I am replacing it. So on the second event, the heart is back in the bag. The numerator goes back to being 11. How many stars are there? 3. 1, 2, 3. So it would be 6 11ths times 3 11ths. The only thing that really changed was this denominator. I didn't subtract 1. When you multiply that, it ends up being 18 over 121. A test question that they love to ask you, and I love to show you things that the test is going to try to get you on. The test is going to say, what is more likely, to pick a heart and a star without replacement, that was this one, or to pick a heart and a star with replacement? That was when I put the heart back in. I can't look at these two fractions, 9/55ths and 18/121st. I can't, and tell you which one is bigger. But I can, 9 divided by 55. This is 0.1636. 18 divided by 121 is 0.1487. Well, now I can tell you 0.1636 is greater than 0.1487. So in this instance, fractions to each other is convert them both to decimals. Now remember, this time I am replacing with replacement. So I want the probability of picking a heart that is 6 11ths times. Remember, I picked the heart, but I replaced it. I put it back. So the second time I pulled it, technical difference. Same for star and circle. The probability of pulling a star is 3 11ths times circle, which would be 2 11ths. That ends up being 6 out of 121. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit, understanding the difference, the key word. If you have your highlighter out when you're taking the test or you're taking the SOL, you need to pay attention to these words, with or without replacement. Makes all the difference. And you can see, even though it's a small difference, 0.1636 versus I think what we said, 0.1476 or 1478, it is just a little bit of a difference. Last thing we're going to take a look at, I have one more slide. This is with replacement. We're just going to set the red block, 4 out of 11, times pulling a purple block. With replacement means that I pulled that red block out and then I put it right back in. So when I pulled, there were still 11 total. Purple block is 3. Multiply multiply, that is 12 over 121. Probability of red than red is 4/11 times 4/11, 16 out of 121. And the probability of drawing yourself a red, which we said was 4/11, and a not green, so red and purple works, would be and if I wanted to see which one of these has the greatest likelihood of happening, you need to convert them all to decimals. And now it's pretty easy to see this is the most likely of happening. This would be the least likely to happen. And this would probably be in the middle. Folks, probability just requires you to take a lot of practice and to read your words carefully, with or without replacement. Those are the important words. Hopefully this video helped you out a little bit and you're able to work your way through probability. These were the slides we did in class, so hopefully you can share them with your friends and your family. It clears up any confusion you might have. Is going to be getting ready for the SOL. And we're probably going to be talking about functions then. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon.